All right, okay, I want to share with you one of the simple reasons why we say property is one of the easiest ways to build wealth for yourself. Now, if you remember correctly, and if you've been a student of life and of business, you understand that the cornerstones of wealth creation are business, property, shares. But now with business, you have to be a person that understands how to build a business, how to build systems, how to look after employees, how to manage employees. And you've got certain problems like having a business plan before the bank gives you any money to start a business. If you get into trouble with any of your suppliers or clients, you are responsible for that. If your employee doesn't do well and you fire them, you go through all sorts of challenges with the CCMA. But with property, it's a totally different story because the bank itself is more than willing to lend you money to start a property investment portfolio, and they'll lend you that money instead of giving you money to buy their own shares. So which speaks to the three cornerstones of wealth creation, that the bank won't give you money to buy their own shares, but the same bank will give you money to buy a property. And you can start using that to build wealth for yourself because you're literally now using other people's money and the bank's money to be able to do that. And I'm going to show you how you can do it. Say, for instance, you look into normal buy-to-let in the market. By buy-to-let, I mean you buy a property, put a tenant, rent it out. Even if you are buying that property now and you've got the bond to pay, you've got levies to pay, you've got municipal costs to pay, you've got maintenance costs to pay. Over the years, even if you've got a negative cash flow on that particular property, because your rental can be increased on a yearly basis and your property would also be growing in value on a yearly basis. Let's take a 5-year period. It would be growing in value. Over time, you would be able to refinance that property if it has grown in value. So you can go back to the bank and take a second bond on that property. Now, when you get that bond from the bank, it's money that you use now to buy your second property. So when you do a refinancing structure, you don't take refinancing money, taking money out of your bond to now buy couches or buy furniture or go on holiday. No, you take that money so that you can put a deposit on your next property. Now, a lot of people don't know this. This thing of saying the bank will only give you one property and you must finish paying it before they give you a bond for another one, it's a myth. You must understand that the bank is in the business of financing people for home loans. So definitely the bank is more than willing to give you another bond, even if you have an existing bond or an existing mortgage on a property. They are more than willing to give you the next one, provided you can demonstrate that there's lease agreements, your tenants are paying you rental, and you are able to service the existing bond. And with the money that you get from refinancing, because the value of the property has gone up and because you've made certain payments on your bond over a period of time, you are eligible to buy your second property. In actual fact, you don't necessarily have to wait that long for you to finance another property after the bank has financed you for the first one. As long as you can demonstrate to the bank that 6 months into your first property purchase, you've got a tenant in there, the property is being paid for by the tenant and not necessarily by you. The money you were supposed to be paying for that bond is now freed up because the tenant is paying rental, and that rental pays for the bond. You can then take what you currently have, which would have been your initial money that you would have been paying the bond with anyway, and buy another property. But remember, the biggest thing is also using refinancing as a structure to buy one property after another using the bank's money and not your own money. Initially, you could put away money to put in a deposit, right? And then later, you'd have your deposit in there. The property will grow in value, which means you'd have equity in the property. You would have paid back some of the bank's money that they've loaned you, and you'll have enough for you to refinance, take out, put it in another property, and you repeat the cycle until you build your portfolio. And of course, as your skills and your expertise grow, then you'll be able to start doing bigger projects within the property development space. But you literally start one property at a time, learning how to refinance, learning how to raise value in a property. Next time I speak to you, I'll talk about how you can apply certain strategies where value within a property can be increased. And of course, also teaching you all sorts of business principles that you can use and apply as a young person in your own property investment journey. Now, my name is Witness Mtaka. If you haven't subscribed, click on the subscribe button, click on the notifications bell, comment, let me know where you are watching from, let me know where your thoughts are. I'm looking forward to engaging with you as part of the community. Remember, it's more than just money. Now, It's More Than Just Money is one of my books that I've written. It's more than just money, a guide to escaping the rat race and building generational wealth. So some of the strategies that you would need to build a proper property investment portfolio are found in there. All right. Ciao, ciao.